Paraphilic disorders. The word paraphilia derives from Greek. Para means around or beside, and philia means love. The definition of paraphilia is any emotional disorder characterized by sexually arousing fantasies, urges, or behavior that are recurrent, intense, occur over a period of at least 6 months, and cause significant distress or interfere with the sufferer's work, social function, or other important areas of functioning. Paraphilic disorder is a specific term used in psychology and psychiatry to describe a condition where an individual's paraphilic interests or behavior cause significant distress or impairment in their daily functioning. Ito yung mga kondisyon kung saan ang isang tao ay naaakit or nahahayag ng malasong damdamin at pagnanasa sa hindi karaniwang paraan. Ito ay kinabibilangan ng mga kakaibang sexual or sexual interest o kagustuhan na maaaring maging sanhi ng pagkabalisa o hindi kapanipaniwala para sa individual. Isa itong aspekto ng psychiatric disorder na nakatuon sa aspekto ng sexualidad or sexuality. According to DSM-5, there are a number of different types of paraphilia, each of which has different focus of the sufferer's sexual arousal. And these are voyeurism, exhibitionism, flirtation, sexual masochism, sexual sadism, pedophilia, fetishism, transvestism, and autogenophilia. First is voyeurism, means watching an unsuspecting or non-consenting individual who is either nude, disturbing, or engaging in sexual activity. An example of voyeuristic behavior could be someone secretly peeping into window to watch people undressing or engaging in sexual activities without their knowledge or consent. Ito yung isang tao pinapanood mula sa malayo habang ang isang tao ay nasa private na sitwasyon tulad ng pagmamasid sa bintana ng isang pribadong kwarto. So, it is essential to note that voyeurism is considered as a disorder when it causes distress, impairment, or involve a non-consensual. Second is exhibitionism, exposing one's own genitals to an unsuspecting person. Exhibitionism ay isang uri ng paraphilia kung saan ang isang tao ay natatangi sa pagsusuri ng sarili sa harap ng ibang tao nang hindi pumapayag ang mga ito. Ang mga taong may exhibitionistic tendencies ay na-excite o nakakakuha ng kasiyahan sa pagpapakita ng kanilang sarili ng hubad sa pampublikong lugar. So, an example of exhibitionistic behavior could be someone intentionally exposing their genitals to a stranger in a park or public place, seeking sexual arousal or gratification from the act. Third is prochurism, touching or rubbing against a non-consenting person. So, an example of plagiaristic behavior could be someone deliberately rubbing their genitals against another person in a crowded train or bus without the other person's knowledge or consent. This behavior is considered problematic when it causes distress or discomfort to the individuals being touched and is generally illegal due to its non-consensual nature. Another one is sexual masochism, being humiliated, beaten, bound, or otherwise suffering. Sexual masochism is a paraphilic disorder characterized by recurrent and intense sexual fantasies, urges, or behavior involving the act of being humiliated, beaten, bound, or otherwise suffering. So, halimbawa nito is ang paghiling ng partner na magsagawa ng BDSM or bondage, discipline, dominance, submission, sadism, at masochism na mga activities kung saan maaaring kasama ang sa sex nila or sa pagtatalik nila na yung pagsakit sa paraan kung saan pinagkasunduan ng parehong couples na ganyan yung mga gagawin nila during sex nila or sa kanilang pagtatalik. Sexual sadism means the physical or emotional suffering of another person. So, ang sexual sadism naman ay isang uri ng paraphilia kung saan ang isang tao ay nakakakuha ng kasiyahan sa pagdulot ng physical or sexual na sakit. Individuals with sadistic tendencies derive sexual pleasure from causing pain, humiliation, or suffering to their partner. It is important to note that this behavior becomes a disorder when it involves non-consensual acts or causes significant distress to the person experiencing the sadistic urges. Pedophilia means sexual activity with a child that is pre-adolescent, usually 13 years old or younger. So next is pedophilia. So pedophilia is a psychiatric disorder characterized by an adult's recurrent or intense sexual interest or arousal involving pubescent children. It is important to note that the term specifically refers to the attraction to children who have not yet reached puberty. An example of pedophilic behavior would be an adult engaging in sexual activities with a child or having sexual fantasies involving children. So, tulad ng pakikipag-ugnay sa mga sexual na aktibidad or activity o pang-aabuso sa mga bata. Next is fetishism, sexual fascination with non-living objects or highly specific body parts. So, fetishism disorder is a paraphilic disorder characterized by intense sexual fantasies, urges, or behaviors involving the use of non-living object or specific body parts not typically associated with a sexual arousal. So, halimbawa nito is ang pagkakaroon ng malaswang damdamin or kasiyahan kapag nakakakita or nakakatouch ng particular na bagay tulad ng sapatos, underwear, tela o iba pang bagay na hindi karaniwang itinuturing na sexual. So, ang fetishism ay maituturing na normal at hindi nakakaapekto sa pang-araw-araw na buhay hanggang sa punto na ito ay nagiging sanhi ng problema o pagkagambala sa trabaho o personal na relasyon sa isang tao. Another one is transvestism, means cross-dressing that is sexually arousing and interferes with functioning. So, an example of transvestic behavior is a person who identifies as male but enjoys occasionally wearing clothing traditionally associated with females, such as dresses or makeups. So, for many individuals, transvestism is a form of self-expression, and it may or may not be associated with any sexual or paraphilic interest. So it becomes a matter of concern only if it causes significant distress or impairment to the individuals. Last is autogenophilia, is a subtype of transvestism that refers specifically to men who become aroused by thinking or visualizing himself as a woman. So, an example of autogenephilic behavior might involve a person assigned male at birth experiencing sexual arousal or pleasure from imagining themselves in feminine clothing or engaging in activities typically associated with women. So, it is crucial to approach discussions around autogenephilia with sensitivity, recognizing the diversity of transgender experiences and the importance of respect for individual identities.